Grow your business your way with up to 1.5 million rand in funding from Vodalend. Future Fit in association with Vodalend. Shopping online is convenient and growing in popularity. While most South Africans still prefer going into stores to feel, touch, or try on things before they buy, the COVID-19 pandemic has led to a dramatic increase in online purchases. And if you have a business now, it's almost a must for you to give customers the option of buying your goods over the internet. In fact, some companies are purely online based, and by doing that, they save on rent and other expenses. So how do you crack the e-commerce market? Let's find out. Garrett, thanks so much for speaking to us. Just tell us how important it is for people to have online stores.
If you asked me that question 3 years ago, I would have said, well, a lot of retailers are doing just fine without e-commerce. But since the pandemic, e-commerce has become far more real to people. They were forced into it, first of all, and then I think they got a lot more comfortable with online purchases. And since then, the market has just grown massively. So now the retailers themselves have seen the benefits of it, like extended trading hours. Now they can trade 24/7. They can reach a much wider audience because they don't have to depend on their specific brick and mortar shops. It becomes cheaper because you can have this wider range of merchandise, and it can scale much faster.
Okay, so now that we know the importance, let's talk money. What does it cost to actually set up?
It's difficult to put a specific price to it because there are so many variables to it. But I can say that it's generally more expensive than people think. So when you're starting out, you might go for a cheaper, off-the-shelf kind of product. You can either go with another platform that you sell inside their e-commerce website. You can sell on their platform. But obviously there's side effects because it will have lower margins. There's less competitive differentiation in it. Then you can also buy an e-commerce platform, again, online, and try and customize it yourself. But again, it may look a lot like your competitors because many online guys are starting off in this way. And the speed of change and customizations is long, and it's also very challenging. And a lot of the South African nuances, like our specific payment options and our specific delivery partners, are also not built into those kind of platforms. So it becomes more difficult. But then obviously as they grow, generally we find the e-commerce sites then moving on to a more customized version, and then they'll go to a software provider to provide that. Then it starts to answer all those questions.
All right, so what about smaller companies that are starting up, thinking of selling online only? What's the market like for them?
I think the market's ripe, and it's a really good entrance into the market for them. And there are a lot of options that you can choose as a startup, to either sell on one of those larger platforms that can sell your products on their website, or to buy an e-commerce solution that's already kind of whole and you can customize it and add your merchandise into it, or go the route of building yours from scratch. You've got to choose what your market is and how you see your business. Is having a low brand awareness okay for you? Then you can sell on another person's website. Are you happy with a lower margin? Then again, you can sell it on somebody else's website. But as the companies grow, they tend to want to own the customer interaction. They want to be able to make sure that the delivery options are right for them. The payment options are special for them. And also they can own the data of the customer as well.
All right, so what's your one piece of advice to companies when it comes to e-commerce?
Often people will come and say, I have this beautiful product that I'm making and I can sell. And they think that focusing, I suppose like any entrepreneur, they focus on what they're doing, their operational side. But when they look at all the bits and pieces that are added into the product, having a warehouse and managing a warehouse, having a logistics partner, having payment solutions, having a team that can run all the support, and how do you handle returns, and how do you handle queries? Those things become expensive when you're developing that in a software solution. So do investigation well. Don't just think that it is, I've got a good product and it's going to go. How do you draw people into your website? Again, the SEO and the AdWords then become important as well. So all that investment, that marketing, is also very, very important as a startup.
All right, great. Thank you so much for your input. Appreciate it. Apply for up to 1.5 million rand in business funding from Vodalend today. Future Fit, helping you grow your business with Vodalend.